as possible, okay? But I just want to show, because it's much easier to show how the choke works. Here, it's more clear for everybody to see. So, first hand goes in here, and my first hand should go as deep as possible. Okay, why I say as possible? Because you have the floor, sometimes you cannot go beyond that point, and then sometimes you end up in here. Because the floor is right there, the knee is kind of high, because the way he was trying to skate. There are different reasons for the gi not to be so loose. If it is, perfect, go all the way. Okay? The deeper you go, better for you. Now, first detailing here. You see, when I go my first hand, I look to move as deep as I can. Of course, I bend my wrist. Okay? If I lock in here and I keep the wrist bent, my choke won't be so good. Okay? So, first thing you do, even though you reach the where you want to be, so go on and make a straight wrist. So what's here, make like this. That's the first thing with your first hand. Okay? The second hand should go, and I show going this way, right? Because it's more simple, easier to go this way than going this way in here. Okay? But I'm going to show going first on this way in here, so the hand is going to go underneath my arm, my forearm in here, and I go with this one in here. Of course, if I can, okay, it's going to be as deep as possible, but it's not 100% necessary to go as deep as possible in here, okay? Of course, if I want that, if I have that, why I'm going to throw away, right? But most of the time, it's going to be even more tight because you're already pulling this side in here. So you go this first hand, the second hand in here, okay, and lock. Now, the choke, okay? Remember when I said when you're on a guy, you don't go like this? Makes more sense to go like that at first when you look at it, but no. You don't have a good choke because you're bending your wrist. That's the first thing I said not to do it, okay? Second, there's no power in here because you're opening your elbows, and all he needs to do, if it is the way, is actually close my elbows, and I don't have a choke. But I have a choke, even if you push my elbows, put the hand, even if you push on, I still have a. Okay? This one, very easy for him, okay, to defend, very easy. You don't have to be strong, no. Just a big hug and that'll be enough. He did it with his hands, which is very possible. But he goes in there and hugs me like this. Now I cannot even open because it's big hug in here. The hands, maybe, then stronger than him, I can open my arms back again a little bit. But here, you can't pull. My elbows are inside 100%. He cannot go beyond that. Okay? And the way I choke is just here, pulling the gi in this direction. The collar of the gi goes in this direction here with my arms. And look at my wrist. It's not bending anymore. Okay? And you can put yourself towards him, and my elbows goes into my ribs in here. Makes it even harder for him to defend. Okay? So when I go on the bottom, no, let me mark. Okay? So now, you know, if I'm in here and I go like this, now I'm going to go over this one. I'm moving here, right? So this way, that's the one I showed, like this. I still have the cross. How am I going to do in here and be comfortable in a position? I'm going to put my head on the floor in here and then choke in the same fashion. Choke in the same fashion that I was doing this one. No difference. Okay? This one in here, the same. But if you're here from the beginning, now to put this hand in here, you gotta be sneaky and have more experience to do that and not lose the position. That's why I showed you guys this one first. Okay? But you exploit this one first one. Now that you feel comfortable, he struggled enough to escape, he could not escape, I guarantee you he's gonna be tired. Your first hand is gonna be here, okay? And then you come to the second one, like this. Now to choke, I'm not gonna choke from here. I'll put my head on the floor, okay? So if he bumps, my head now is making the work of my hand in blocking the fall. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
So let's practice.